once you've uploaded the trace and you've had the confirmation email from OpenStreetMaps, we can go ahead and add that trace or trail to the map. So we go to GPS traces and then see your traces. For this example, I'm just going to use a very short trace I took when I was geocaching a couple of weeks ago. So this is the one here. We click on Edit. This is going to open OpenStreetMaps in edit mode with my preferred editor, and it will show the GPS trace or our track on the map. And you can see here it is this blue outline. Where I started to take the track was on an existing trail. I'm just going to click and highlight that trail. What we need to make sure is when we have a trail which meets another trail, we need to share a node. As I described in the text, we have nodes, and nodes make up a way, and tracks or trails where they meet need to have a common node. So here we have a node right where we need to start our trail. So if I hold down my shift key, I can click on that and select it, and then as we move the mouse we will be able to click and create new nodes along this trail. So these nodes are actually making up what's known as our way. And when I get to the end of the trail, I make the last node. Now if I move the mouse, you can still see that we're actually dragging a line from that. So to finish the actual track we made, and where I want to finish editing this particular trail, we'll just hit the enter key. That will release the mouse from our nodes and way. What we need to do now is we need to give it some tags. So if we come over here, right now it's unknown. So if I click on that, we get a lot of different options here. We can have different roads, which technically isn't a road. It could be considered a track if the trail is used by ATVs or motorcycles or something like that. But in our case, we're going to click the paths, and we're going to use generic path rather than a footpath, which is a paved path or a cycle path or a bridleway for horses, or steps. If we have steps along the trail, we can add them in as steps and they will show the steps. So we're going to pick a generic path. And what will happen, we'll change to these dots showing our trail here. Now we need to give it some tags as well. We need to give it a name. If it was a designated trail in a park with names, then we would put it in here, but I'm just going to call it hiking trail, and it will show on the map as that. We can also click on these tags and pick other attributes about it. For example, here the surface, I'm just going to say it's dirt. We can pick whether it's walking, biking, or motorized trail. So at this point I'm just going to say motor vehicles are prohibited. If you saw the trail, it would be pretty obvious, but we can do that. So now if I click on the advanced option here, these are our tags. We have highway as a path, no motor vehicles, we've given it a name, and a surface. You could add other tags if you wanted to, but for our example this is all we need. So now I'm going to go ahead and save our trail, and the changes will be written to the OpenStreetMap server. One thing we should do is we should put a comment in here, and this is so that other people editing the map in this particular area can have a look and see where we got the information from, or how we found the information, whether it was through local knowledge or through aerial photography or whatever. So I'm just going to put trail from GPS data, and we'll go ahead and save that. Now in this case it saved very quickly. It's showing down here our changes successfully saved. If you're doing a lot of editing, or you've got quite a long trail, or there's a lot of information, it may take longer than a few seconds. It may take up to a minute to to actually push those changes up to the server, and it also depends on how busy the OpenStreetMap server is at that time. Okay, so we're finished with our edit. Now if we click up here on the OpenStreetMap logo, it will take us out of editing mode and it will show us back to the map mode. And as you can see, we're already seeing the changes to the map here. Here's our little trail. If we refresh a couple of times, we may see the full map, or if we zoom in or zoom out, we may see the trails. And here it is here, it's a hiking trail. So the next time I download OpenStreetMaps to my GPS, I'll have this trail on here.